Are you asking yourself, if I have this at my wedding reception, do I really need this as well? So we've got live music, so that's sorted. Why would we need a DJ as well? But then surely the musicians are not going to play it all of the time. So what do we do about the downtime when they're not playing? Does the venue put music on? Do we put music on? Does the live band provide some kind of music? What time do they finish? Don't worry, these are really common questions, and it's what I'm going to answer in this video. Do we need to get a DJ if we've already got live music? Hi, my name's Steven Heath. I'm a wedding singer and guitarist based in Yorkshire, and I've been singing at weddings for 15 years, and I have amassed a wealth of experience in that time, and I want to share it with you. So DJs, live music, what should you pick? Let's get into it. I'm really sorry to be the one who has to break this to you, but the only people who can answer whether they need a DJ is the couple themselves. Don't panic. By the end of this video, you'll be informed enough to answer that question yourself. So I'm guessing you've chosen live music because that's what you enjoy. You might be a festival goer or a gig goer, and that really defines you. But your instincts are absolutely correct. No musician can just play for 5 to 6 hours. There's got to be some downtime, and they've got to have a break. And that's not even just for the musician's sake. You need a break from all the loud music as well, to go get a drink, go to the toilet, do whatever it is that you need to do, have your evening food or whatever. So let me start by saying you're not crazy for thinking that something needs to happen in between the live sets. Typically speaking, a live musician or a band will do 2 45-minute sets at your wedding. And again, typically speaking, that will start with your first dance and then a set, you'll have your evening food and then a set afterwards. That's not gospel, but that's usually how it works. So you can see in the music timeline that there's only going to be 90 minutes of live music throughout the evening. But the thing you've got to remember is there are other things going on in the evening that will occupy guests. For example, when guests first arrive, you're going to be saying hello to them, they're going to be settling themselves in, and they're going to be getting a drink. That can take up to an hour in itself, and it can lead up to your cake cutting and first dance. So let's draw this theoretical timeline of weddings and say that your first dance is going to be at 8 o'clock. There's going to be your cake cutting, you'll do your dance, and then the live band will launch into the first set, which will typically last about 45 minutes, taking you up to 8:45. So around about that time, your evening food is typically served. You might have a hog roast or bacon sandwiches, sausage sandwiches, whatever, but people are actually going to be occupied with that as well. And then your band or your musician's second set will possibly be about 9:30, which will take you up to 10:15, 10:30. So you can see that there's a lot of supplementary things happening in the evening alongside the live music. But the big question is, what happens when the live music isn't on? And this is where your preferences and your tastes come into play. There's absolutely no correct way to do this. It really does depend on you and what you prefer. Now, some people hate DJs. And let's be real, let's be honest for a moment, DJs do have a reputation. Mumbling things into the mic constantly, playing the cha-cha slide, and maybe hitting on your sister. For the avoidance of doubt, I make this statement to clarify that a DJ has never hit on anyone at a wedding that I have been to. Thank you for listening. And if you're a person who feels like that about DJs, it's going to be a non-starter from the very beginning. And there's good news here. I'm here to tell you that you don't necessarily have to have a DJ. I just want to take a brief moment out of this video to tell you about my live stream, Vows and Vocals. Vows and Vocals streams every Sunday night at 8 o'clock. It's a wedding music request live stream. You come on, you ask for your songs, and I sing them live. It's a fantastic community, loads of people are involved, and it's a great way for you to hear your wedding music before you go ahead and book. That's Vows and Vocals every Sunday night, 8 o'clock on YouTube Live. If live music is your thing, stick with that. A lot of bands, a lot of musicians will offer a playlist service or a DJ service where one of the band members will play music for you. And I'm going to clarify very clearly here, this is not the same as having a DJ. But it's also not the same as having total silence when the live music isn't playing. Over my time, I've done weddings with DJs, without DJs, without playlists, and with playlists, and all of them have been a great success. If you are not particularly fussed about what happens when there isn't live music, then you might want to consider not having a DJ. If your band or musician can play music in between sets and it's loud enough to create an ambience and atmosphere, then that can more than suffice. People are often more happy to sit around, talk to each other, drink drinks, eat food, and enjoy one another's company. And equally, if there is music on and they want to dance, they can get up and do that. What a DJ brings to a party is responsiveness to what is happening in the room. They can read the atmosphere and play music that'll get people up and dancing. Those people who need to be speaking to a DJ are the ones who are concerned about what happens when there isn't any live music. If you want your dance floor to be full all night, I would definitely be speaking to a DJ. But a full dance floor does not dictate the success of your wedding. Just playing some music in the background could be equally as good. It really depends on you. So this is the question that only you as a couple can answer. What do we want to happen when the live music isn't playing? If you want that dance floor to be full, then I would speak to a DJ. Those types of people are the Ibiza lovers, the clubbing people, the people who love to dance all night. But guess what? Not everybody's actually like that. And even though that's the case, they still feel like they have to have a DJ because that's what you do. You don't have to have a DJ. What you have to have is ambience. And lots of solo musicians and live bands can provide that atmosphere when they're not playing. Just ask the question, do you provide any kind of music when you're not playing your live sets? Quick pro tip for people who ask me this all the time, if you hire a DJ and a band separately, they will arrive at the same time, they will set up and they will work together to anchor the evening. I've never been to a wedding in 15 years where a live band has finished and then the DJ has arrived and set up. It's messy, it's awkward, so they'll arrive at the same time. And if they're professional, they'll get along with each other and they'll work together. So question to ask your live band and your DJ, do you mind working with another supplier? If you speak to some musicians and live bands, like myself, I have a pool of 5 or 6 DJs that I recommend and I work with all the time. That makes things a little bit easier. I know what I'm getting and you know that you're getting quality because it's my reputation if that DJ isn't very good. So which type of couple do you think you are? Do you think you're the Ibiza loving, really need to have a DJ because that dance floor's got to be full type? Or are you, we're more gig goers, festival goers, we're not really bothered what happens in between the live sets as long as there's an atmosphere kind of couple? Tell me in the comments. If you found this video useful, drop a like, a subscribe, and hit the bell to get notifications when I post a new video. I'll see you on the next one.